EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway here in Los Angeles. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Line 20.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Oh, you got deep?
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Let's go one more. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Goff hitting Woods for a Rams first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for him, too.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Brings up third down and 11.
Cut. 180.
54. Three bud.
Yeah, we're 12.
Throwing on third. Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
180.
Man, I got you. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. Forced out to his left. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Back to the ground game here, Gurley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Line 20.
54 Mike. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Goff. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Goff. That's to his running back, complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Goff. And this is going to be incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to, but they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Newton now to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready? Check. Watch 54. You got nothing.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go. Right to the 3.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
First down,
On first down, Newton. And he rifles one incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To throw is Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And down inside the 15 he goes. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
From the red zone now, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bruce Irvin, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride. And they go into
trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A quick sidestep here, CD. The NFL doing something kind of neat for its 100th season, which wraps up with Super Bowl 54. They're inducting a 20-man class, a centennial class, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. Now, a number of modern-day candidates won't be announced until the night before the Super Bowl, but 15 have already been announced, and it's a pretty good list so far. Guys like Harold Carmichael, Bobby Dillon, Alex Karras, Donnie Shell, Duke Slater, a number of others in there as well, CD.
Yeah, you're right about that. And what this does is they hope it helps ease the backlog of some of the great candidates that are out there. You know, a Max Speedy and Ed Sprinkle, people may have forgotten them.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. On second and 7, Newton marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. He's going to look deep for more. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nickel Roby-Coleman.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Okay, Betty, I see you.
Again they run with Gurley. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
3rd and 6.
White 20.
54. Mike 54. Too little, Cupcake.
From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. That'll be caught by Cup. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Carolina.
On 1st and 10, Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Panther first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Aaron Donald bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Newton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll drop it off to McCaffrey.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, Goff. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To throw again on second down. Goff. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ross Cockrell.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right, and you just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Here's a throw right side taken taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's Newton. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Samson Abukum, his second sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Here's Newton. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but he still leaves him well short for fourth down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The L.A. offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Goff now looking to throw. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. That one goes for 24 yards.
It must be something about the night air, because he is putting on an absolute show under the light.
Yeah, we've established anything in his vicinity, he's grabbing it. The throw is gone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw once more on second and 10. Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A 24-yard touchdown. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10.
Next, the score Panthers 13, Rams 10.
So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Ready. Gun.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Throwing here, Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
180.
58, come on. Coming.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
Now Newton. Got him, and it's right. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
I know he ain't got it. Watch the safety creep.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. How about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And this one wasn't easy. You had an East Coast team, Charles, going west, playing a night game, but somehow they were able to get the job done.
Yeah, when you talk about playing a night game, they're closer to being sleepy because of East Coast time. Traveling home in the old days, you had to wait to get the video for your next game. You had all those, so you were really a day behind. Now the video's on their computers as they get on the plane to head back, so they can get a lot of work done on the plane while they celebrate.
It's going to be a long red eye back home. And for Charles Davis and our entire...
How many of y'all came to win?
What do you
asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up. Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Mid beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's. Great colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab the few.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? To the tip, ready? Come on, dude! Check 3, check 3!
Now the man from nearby Stanford, Christian McCaffrey. Room here to run. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
49ers 0.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here we go, here we go.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They run with Breida. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Garoppolo gives to Breida. But I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
Result of the play, 1st down and 10.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 21-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They go counter with Breida. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now it's Breida, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along to control the clock.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Gun.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Now Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
On 4th down, the Panthers send out Michael Pilardi to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
21.
This is Breida. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Breida, he'll try the right side. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 11.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Hey, Zoo.
They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. Completes it to Samuel. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Not only is a slant route really difficult to cover, it's a real staple play for an offense on a 4th down because it's a quick-hitting play. Get the ball in the hands of the quarterback right to the receiver.
And the receiver has to be ready because that thing's coming on a rope.
Here we go.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's Breida. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a give to Breida. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up first downs.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
Here we go. 180. 21. Here we go.
Hey, here I come.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for his 2nd. They come out here in the eye. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Breida, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, as the first half is winding down. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Gold for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
Here we go, here we go. Like 80! 13, 13.
Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On the handoff, this is Breida. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 180!
Check 56. Watch the run, watch the run, watch the run.
Get hot!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
4th down.
And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. And that'll set them back 5. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
65, 65.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Bravo.
Double up. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Garoppolo to throw for it on 4th. And this is incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
That's it. No, 180.
56 is the Mike. Get ready, get ready, get ready. 30.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready?
18-yard line.
Ricky.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
8.
Out of the gun, Newton. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give coming right is Breida. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, watch the slant.
65.
Watch the ship.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now they try the right side here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on 4th down of the 4th quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Going to give this time to the tailback. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Here we go. 180. 11.
Switch.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now a handoff looking right. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, 49 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Newton now to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 10. Newton trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run again with Breida. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Come on, fellas.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Complete to right. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. A shotgun snap for Newton. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Niners 28, Panthers 17.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one,
Here we go.
their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And some room to maneuver. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Gould is able to put it through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Go! Let's go!
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confident.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
To try again after the sack. Newton. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. On first down, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D Ford make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. So the victory here for San Francisco. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good football team. They were at home. You know, you walked in and you looked at the advantages and you saw that they had most of them. It'd take a lot to try and even it up. I just thought 2 words for this ball game: methodical and predictable, and both of them came together.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.